This company looks like a case one company. I know how to value that. So VT is basically DT plus one and DT plus one is, let's kind of motivate this uh, in two ways. Let's say I divide the company into two, or the cash flows of the company into two. And I go to Anna and say, Anna, I'm going to give you security. I'm a financial engineer. In fact, I worked as a financial engineer. You can package cash flows in different ways. I'm going to give you security. It's going to give you the right to all the dividends for 5 years. But after that, you get nothing. Okay? So I'm going to ask you, what are you willing to pay for that security? And you're going to say, give me good estimates of the dividends for the next 5 years. I'm going to tell you that's $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Give me a good discount rate, 10%. I'll calculate those. That's the value of the early company. Then I'm going to go to Patel and say, here's the security that will pay you nothing for 5 years. But after year five, you're entitled to all the dividends of this company until the end of time. Or company dies, whichever comes first. Then you're going to say, okay, what's the expected growth rate? What's the expected year six dividend? Based on that, you're going to calculate a VT, but that's a value you're going to get 5 years from now. So we'll discount that to today. So V0 early is at times. On Wednesday, we're going to implement these in Excel as a template. But for now, let's do an example. So first you get one, then two, three, then four, and then five. And let's assume a discount rate of 15% and second stage growth rate of 10%. I could calculate them separately, but I happen to have a beautiful calculator called Excel. And let's do it here. 87, 151, 197. If you add them up, you get 913. So that's the value of the early company. Let's calculate D6. In year 6, you expect 5.5%. So terminal value is that number divided by 15% minus 10%. And that should equal to 110. And it's discounted terminal. 5469. Let's do this as of course, value of the company is now some of those two. And 63, 69. Again, don't worry about the individual stuff. We're going to implement this in Excel anyway. How do I know that's the value of the company? When I took the cash flow to the original company, I completely decompose it into two. You're going to get the first 5 years, you're going to get everything after 5 years. So the value of the two pieces has to equal to the value of the sum. All right? That's kind of how I look at things. We could also make what is the implied second stage growth rate calculation. Algebraically, it's somewhat complicated, which is solvable. I'm not worried about that. But you know that we have something called goal-seek to make those calculations. So when we develop our templates, sometimes I'm going to say, okay, if the price is $65 now, given estimates of the first 5 dividends and the discount rate, what is the implied second stage growth rate? All we have to do is, get that one, just like we calculate yield to maturity in our bond pricing template. That's all we need to do. And we're going to develop that in the first half of the lecture on Wednesday, and look at some examples. Then we're going to think about whether or not certain shares are properly valued. Before I let you go, some of you had issues with posting stuff, linking stuff. I'm going to extend the Chapter 6 homework by Wednesday. And Chapter 3 homework, I'm sorry. I'll post the Chapter 6 homework today. Remember, Wednesday, we finish up Chapter 7. Next Monday, no class, full break. And next Wednesday, it's the midterm exam. This weekend, I'm going to post a video to show you how the exam is structured. Please watch that. All right?